plenty to reflect on from the district tournament, the best of the best from the boys' side, the focus of this week's edition of Top Plays. Let's start in the district's highest class and with a record-setting performance from Freedom senior Nick Ellis, who in the 6A consolation and his final game with the Patriots sunk this three-pointer right here with just over 2 minutes left in the second quarter to become the program's all-time leading scorer. Ellis finishes his incredible career at Freedom with a program best 1,239 total points. He also exits as the Patriots' all-time leading rebounder as well. Ellis pulling down a program record 653 boards as well. Liberty and Parkland ended up duking it out for 6A bragging rights. The Hurricanes in the district final for the first time in a dozen years, thanks in large part to sensational sophomore Dwayne Jr., who led the Canes in scoring in each of their 3 district tournament outings. Chess just kept getting better and better as the tourney moved along. After pacing Liberty with 17 points in the quarterfinals against William Allen, the 10th grader counted a team-high 18 in the semis as the Hurricanes outlasted top-ranked Emmaus in overtime. Chess then reached the 20-point plateau for the 4th time this season, with a Liberty leading 21 points in the finals. All told, the sophomore tallied 56 points in just 3 tournament games, helping Liberty reach the state tournament for the first time since 2013. It was Parkland, though, that finished atop the District 6A mountain for the 2nd straight season, and to the shock and awe of absolutely no one, junior guard Nick Colville was a big reason why. His highest scoring game of the tournament came in the quarterfinals when the EPC MVP poured in a game-high 27 points against Northampton. After 14 in the semis versus Freedom, Colville went north of 20 again in the championship, counting a game-high 24 points as Parkland secured its 2nd straight district title and 11th in program history. The dynamic junior finished with 65 points in total in the district tourney and is averaging a jaw-dropping 27.5 points this postseason. Meanwhile, in 5A, Whitehall and Southern Lehigh, the area teams advancing the deepest in that class. Both seasons coming to a close in the semifinals, but not before Spartan senior Max Christus did everything he could to try and keep Southern Lehigh's season alive. The Colonial League first-team All-Star saving his best for last, turning in a season-high 28 points last Tuesday against East Stroudsburg South. The senior forward had half of the Spartans' 18 points in the first quarter and had a dozen banked by halftime. Christus then erupted for 16 across the game's final 16 minutes, which included a quartet of 3 balls. Christus ended the year with a season-best 28 points as Southern Lehigh's season comes to a close at 17-8 overall. In the 4A class, number 4 seed Bethlehem Catholic reached the championship yet again, making it 7 straight seasons in which the Golden Hawks have flown into the finals. Senior guard Alex Cercado, the floor general and point producer this young Becca team needed him to be. He racked up a team-high 20 points in the quarterfinals versus Wilson, which included all 12 of Becca's points in the 3rd quarter that night and 17 straight overall at one point. Cercado then matched a season high with 28 points in the semis as the Golden Hawks overwhelmed top-seeded Blue Mountain. The senior then posted 18 in Friday's finale, giving him double digits in scoring now in 14 straight outings for the playoffs. The EPC 2nd-team All-Star is averaging better than 23 points per game. Central Catholic, though, the team that secured this year's 4A crown. The Vikings using a proficiency from the perimeter in claiming their 21st district championship in program history. 26 made 3-pointers in just 3 tournament outings, with no one dialing in from distance more often than senior Anthony Jones, who knocked down 10 3-balls in the tourney. After a pair in the Vikings' quarterfinal win over Northwestern, the senior guard splashed down a quartet of trays in the semis against Pottsville. That before landing another 4 triples in Friday's finale versus Becca. He's up to 44 threes on the season, which includes 14 alone in these playoffs. Central not just explosive from the outside, though. The Vikings have also made quite an impression at the rim this postseason, namely show-stopping sophomore Jarrell Vigo, who, after a hair-raising dunk in the EPC finals, authored 2 more stellar slams in districts. After throwing one down as part of a 9-point quarterfinal versus Northwestern, Vigo changed the complexion of the 4A championship with this thunderous rim rattler just before halftime. That drew the Vikings even with Becca before Central ran away from the Hawks in the 3rd. Vigo a game-high 22 points in the finals as Allentown Central Catholic claimed its third district title in the last 4 years. Finally, congratulations to the young men from Executive Education Charter, who made championship history over the weekend, becoming the first boys basketball team to ever win 5 straight district titles. The Raptors making it a handful with Saturday's triumph over Saucon Valley. Executive now a perfect 5 for 5 in district championships since the Raptors' inception in the 2018-2019 season.